And then with these ones here, I just usually make it general. And then when that's done, you can experiment with this. Once you click changes, there's no reason why you can't come back here and play some more. So once that's done, you click Save Changes. Excuse my cockatiel in the back if you can hear him squawking really loud. So now the discussion part is done. Now let's go to privacy. Still under settings, we'll go to privacy. Now under privacy is your blog visibility. Now as you're building and creating your website, then it'd be fine if you have it, if you wanted your blog to be blogged by search engines and whatnot. But once you get your blog to your likings and how you want it, I strongly recommend that when you come into your privacy, you make sure that this top one is clicked. I would like my blog to be visible to everyone, including search engines like Google and archivers and the public listing around the site. Pretty simple, straightforward, not a whole lot to do with privacy. So you make sure this first one's clicked when you're done and everything's ready to go. Or you're going to be wondering how come you're not getting many hits, not getting very many visitors. It's because it's not allowed on the search engines. So you would click Save Changes. Now permalink. There's only a few things you really need to change onto this. You'd want to come down through and click this button here at the bottom, Custom Structure. Now, see this code that I have? And I've already gone in and put the code, rather. This, you want to make sure you have this in your custom structure site. What this will do is this will actually help SEO optimize, SEO, search engine optimization. It'll help the search engines grab your article, your post, and it'll make it easier for people to find it. And that's all you really need to know. It helps increase traffic. So once you have that in, I mean, I could sit here and talk about SEO a lot, but it's really boring. But the total output of it is you'll get more visitors. And then I personally don't mess with these. You can customize them, but it's not really necessary. So after you get that done, basically under custom, a permalink structure is basically just this one click. Make sure you type in this code and then click save. Now after you've saved, now we'll go to miscellaneous under settings. Miscellaneous is pretty much where it needs to be. It's pretty much a default, and I really wouldn't mess with it too much. You can if you want to, but once you put in images into your post, or you want thumbnail sizes, this is where you can change the sizes of the pictures that you want them. 150 by 150 and a 300 by 300 is usually the default size for most blogs. That way the image is big enough for you to see what it is, but not too big to slow the blog down. If you get too big of an image, then some computers, if they're on dial-up or on really slow DSL, load time, or it might not even have anything to do with their internet connection. It depends on the size of their computer. But 150 by 150, 300 by 300 is more than enough, big enough. And then you would say now if you do decide you want to do differently, then you can, and then you just save changes. Now that's pretty much it for settings. You don't want to delete blog, obviously. So let's look at users. Now as far as managing, if somebody does log in and they want to be subscribed to your blog, which basically they just want to leave a post, etc., and they start leaving some really bad comments and it's just somebody you don't want to deal with, then you can come in here and you can click their name and you can remove them, which is a cool feature. I believe that's pretty much it as far as the actual setting up your blog. Now, as far as writing, let me see. Okay, let me show you as far as managing. If you click Manage in Posts, you'll be able to manage your posts. You'll be able to come in and you can, if you have a post you wanted to delete, you just click it and then click delete. There's many different things. If you wanted to edit it, if you like got in there and you publish this post and you're like, oh no, I messed something up, you click on that link and then it'll come up, and then you go in and you re-edit it how you want, and then you click save. So that's a cool feature. You can do the same thing with your pages. If you wanted to edit your page, you click it. Or if you have a page you want to delete, you checkbox it. Pretty much can, this is stuff that you can go through. You don't really need no hand holding to show. This tutorial, it's actually pretty in depth, so to get the main part of your blog up and running. Everything else you can play around. Now let me show you how to add content, how to write and add a blog, and then I think the tutorial is pretty much all set. So you go to write, and say you want to write a post. You want to enter a post. Make sure your post link here is checked, or you can write a page. Let's example of a post. Post going to be. So let's go with day in a life on the funny farm. And once you have that in, it'll automatically, permalink will pop up and it will show you. So now down here, you can, if you want, and you know HTML code and you want to put in an HTML code, you can either do it this way, click the HTML tab, or you can just do visual, which is what you see is what you get, so to speak. So I'm just gonna go with a visual. I'm not gonna bother with the open brackets and all the HTML code and stuff. So today on that's good enough there. So you get the idea. This is where you type in your content, and then you scroll down to your tags. Now your tags is something that helps people find your blog when they type into Google or into any of their search engines. So let's put Funny Farm Life, and then comma, because separated tags with comma. Laugh lots and lots. Let's try that. Short bus. Okay, we're just gonna do 3 tags, but you can do numerous. You can do. I wouldn't do more than 10, but you can. But I wouldn't recommend it. And let's see. So I only have one category, and it's uncategorized. So even if I click it or don't click it, it's gonna go in the uncategorized category. I don't mess with the observes. You can. It'll explain you how to use them in your template if you click that link right there. And add a new custom field that explains it, what that is here as well. I always make sure you don't have to allow comments on your blog, on that particular post. You would unclick it here. I always allow ping. This here explains more what ping is, but basically what it is when you create a blog and you publish it, or a post rather for your blog, and you publish it, all these different little search engines and will get pinged, quote unquote pinged. Basically it's to let them know, hey look, we have a new post over here, go check it out. So I always allow the pings. And you could password this post, and that way it would require the people who visit your blog to enter the above password to view the post and its comments. That's good if you have it set up for a members type only. But if it's for the general public, you don't want to bother with that. So now everything here is selected. I've made sure that's how I wanted it and everything. So then up here, I could save it, and which would be like a draft, save draft. I could come back later and continue on, or I can just publish it right now. I decided, oh, that's good enough. I'm gonna publish it right now. It's nothing fancy. It's something short, but it's only got 19 words. But we'll publish. Okay, now let's take a look and see what it looks like. I'll go to my blog. I'll refresh. Okay, so there it is. A day in the life on the funny farm. Today on the funny farm, life was good. I laughed lots and lots at the new guy they brought in on the show. Okay, So that's how you get it on there. Now, if you're signed in, then you will be able to even go in and to edit right from, as long as you're logged into your blog, signed in, you'll be able to edit it. Don't worry, these edit buttons will not show up to the people who are looking at your blog. This is only for you. That pretty much concludes the tutorial on how to set up your free blog.